do not talk to me like this. And I'm like, who do you think you are? I'm like, your teacher?
Do not tell me to do 5, 6, 7, 8 when I want to do just 6 and 7.
Calm down, you know, you're just a bloody dancer.
Makes me feel sick. You do that sometimes.
It's Spanish to me. Sometimes licks my face.
If you had a pet pig, it'd be like a pet Benji.
And tasty, incredible.
But my Uncle Clive's vegan. Uncle Clive come round, didn't he? And he went, what's that?
I thought you were going to say, I don't know, it's on your arse.
Does Gorka know he has a fan page dedicated to his arse? Yes, he runs it.
Gross.
Giovanni? Hello, I'm Gemma Atkinson.
And I'm Gorka Marquez.
And this is Lost in Translation, the podcast with no judgment. In fact, we listen and we don't judge.
Or we just, but don't tell you.
We help solve your dilemmas, and you guys get involved by letting us know who's right and who's wrong in our daily bickers, should we say, not arguments. Now, it's a little bit different today because we thought, because we've only just launched, it'd be nice for those who don't really know a lot about us to get to know us. So on our social page, which is at lost.in.podcast, we put out there any questions that you have. And we've had quite a lot.
I mean, quite a lot.
We've
and also,
had a lot.
Some of these questions, even if people know us, it's things that they might don't know about us because we don't maybe talk about them.
Yeah, and we've literally just seen these now. The producers just handed them over to us now because they didn't want to give us them in advance.
Yeah.
Because we want it to be honest, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So it's kind of like a meet the host type ep, isn't it?
But I feel like some of these ones in my course are domestic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it could be, because probably we have maybe different opinions.
I've not looked at all of them yet.
I just started reading them, and the first one already, it might be a different opinion. So, should we start?
Yeah, without further ado, let's do it.
Vamos!
Okay, question 1. Where was your first date? You see, this depends because...
First date.
First date ever. It was at we had pizza. I was wearing a baseball cap.
Yes.
And it
Blue.
was it was at the hotel across from, we booked it near the train station. Was it the Hoxton?
Correct.
Was that right?
Yes.
It was the Hoxton. You've got a picture of it. It was the Hoxton Hotel.
In Holborn.
And we booked that because I needed somewhere near to Euston Station.
Yes.
So that I could get the train home. See, basically, we didn't see each other during the Strictly filming, did we?
I have the picture.
You have the picture of our first date?
Yes, I'm going to show you. Just keep talking. I'm not ignoring you.
We didn't see each other during the filming of Strictly, believe it or not, because I trained in Manchester, Gorka trained in London. And on Saturday, the show day is chaos. You're in from like 7 in the morning and it's just non-stop until after the live show. Have you got it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's very dark. I'm like in silhouette. Yeah. As if I wore a baseball cap for our first date.
Yeah.
But we don't really see each other. So the only time we had chance to get to know each other was on the Sunday. And I always wanted to go home on the Sunday because I had Norman and Ollie then, didn't I? And I always used to say to him, I've got to go home for the dogs. I want to see my dogs. And so I used to have to get a train in the morning. So I'd say to him, I can push it to like 11, 12 o'clock. We can have a brunch, but then I'm on that train. So this time you said, well, what about the Friday night when you come to London before the show on Saturday? So when I got to London on that Thursday, rather than go straight to the hotel, we went and had a pizza, didn't we? Yeah. You didn't think I'd remember that, did you?
No.
Well, there you go.
With your grey and black Under Armour backpack.
Yeah, I still got he takes a piss out of me for using backpacks. I don't have handbags, I have backpacks. You can fit more in a backpack.
Okay, who made the first move? I'll say me.
Yeah.
I messaged you after the rehearsals. You post a picture on the sofa with a leg like that, and you said my legs are sore. And I think I said to you, do some...
You told me to do some rolling.
Yeah, roll your legs, something like that.
Roll your quads and stuff. Yeah, you slid right into my messages.
I mean, I only took you for a coffee in the lunch break.
Yeah.
It was quite obvious.
So you made the first move. Bless you. When you guys met, Did you do lots of dates and late nights? I only ask because you're both into training and foodies.
Well, we used to meet in the gym, actually.
We did on tour, didn't we?
Yeah, even on sometimes on the weekends on the Strictly on the Friday or Saturday, because I used to live quite far from the studio, so I was allowed to stay. Also, it was an excuse to stay because I knew she was going to be there.
Yeah.
But on the Friday morning or on the Saturday before the show,
we'd go to the gym in the hotel.
We were the only ones in the gym, so basically we used to see us in the morning in the gym, just doing a little bit of cardio and then having breakfast.
We did have a few nights out earlier on with our mates, didn't we? You know, on the tour and stuff. But we've never been, the time I've known you, I mean, I did a lot of clubbing in my 20s.
Yeah.
But that for me kind of died off early 30s. So even before I met you, really, I wasn't really.
Yeah.
Now and again, I'll have a blowout with the girls.
Yeah, that's the same. Like we do but we are more of like going for dinner and then have a dinner and stuff and then go home early anyway. Yeah.
And I think for us, our dates at the start, it was always, we still now love a lovely brunch. We sound so boring, don't we? But I love, whenever we do interviews, they always say, how do you make time for date nights? For us, a perfect date night is just being home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? A nice pizza, a good movie.
Oh, I cooked.
Yeah, or you cook at home. No time scale, no one to dress up for or rush about for.
Especially now with the children, like by the time that we can be at home on our own, we just want to be at home on our own because even when we are home with the kids, it's just like, not chaotic, but you're rushing, you're moving, you're doing things. So sometimes you're going to go, just let us sit on the sofa.
Yeah.
Remember that time that we both got like...
we both got ill, didn't we?
Ill. And the kids were at nursery in school and we were a bit poorly. And we stayed the whole day in the sofa watching Netflix.
We watched the Tom Hardy franchise. Where is that? What's that monster called?
Venom?
Venom. We watched...
Was it that?
Yeah, we watched Venom. We both lay at either end of the couch and none of us were trusting a fart. We kept literally individually getting up saying, I'm going to trump. We had to sit on the toilet to fart because we were both so ill. And we watched Venom, didn't we? Yeah. Was there anything that surprised you about each other when you first started dating?
Yes. So, for example, for me, it was because obviously I met her on the show and I met her as a celebrity, but there was one of the celebrities, you know, and it was one of my first couple of years. So obviously you have in mind this idea when someone says celebrity, you think of someone like, you know, very this and that and whatever. But then when I met her, it was the first time that I realized, oh, actually, nowadays normal, you know. So I found you were very like normal, very grounded, very down to earth. Still now, but that was one of the things that. Not that shocked me in a bad way, shocked me in a very good way because it made me more attracted to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's because for me, we just work in the public eye. For me, a celebrity is like Jack Nicholson, Cameron Diaz. There's no one in the UK, really. Tom Hardy, yeah,
David Beckham.
David Beckham.
People that you go around the world and no matter where you are, they know
you.
Yes.
For me, people who work on telly in the UK or on a soap, whatever, your job's just in the public eye. You're not really a celebrity. I don't think. Anyway.
Yeah, me too.
My mum always said, regardless of what your job is or where it takes you, you remember your manners and just remember where you come from. I'm the same.
It's like when people say, oh, so you're a celebrity. I was like, well, I'm not a celebrity. I said I am not popular because of my job. It's on the tele and it gets viewed from many people and people maybe recognize me and stuff, but I don't think I'm a celebrity. Like I said, like, I go to Spain and no one knows who I am and I love that.
What surprised me about you was your knowledge
of English.
No, of I know you're a dancer, but like when we started dating, obviously you've had how many partners have you had that I've been around for? 9, 8
dance partners.
Yeah, 6, 7 on Strictly.
9 years, 9 partners.
Yeah, but obviously the first one I didn't really know because you were on the show the same time as me.
Yeah.
The partners you've had where I've been off the show and you've been on, the amount of dedication you have in terms of what's best for them, what's best for their dance, what's going to make them comfortable. Like, people think, I just assume, oh, you'd choreograph on a Sunday night. You spend a lot of time on it. Like, I'd come downstairs and you'd be at the dining room table doing your little scriggles and your little number 8s, whatever, and listening to them, walking around the house with the music on your phone, going da-da, da, and you're like, I don't know if she can do this. I think she should do more. And in my head, I'm thinking, friggin' hell, it's on your TV show. Just say yes and do it. You know what I mean? But you're very particular, I would say, in a good way. And you're like that with a lot of things. Like, you don't do anything half-assed. If you're going to do something, it's 100%, which I really liked about you. Because I thought, oh, bless him, he really does care about them as the people, not just let's do a dance and bugger off type thing. And you're still mates with them all as well, which is lovely. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. When did you know that we were the one? I still don't. I'm joking. Or am I? When did we know we were the one? I don't know.
When she got pregnant.
Yeah, when I got stuck with him. No, because even that we'd discussed beforehand, weren't we? We didn't just say, oh, we're randomly having shock surprise baby. We planned both Mia and Tiago. Yeah. We said, right, from now, let's try, because we wanted summer babies. So we were very lucky in that aspect. But I think it was when we realised how, because Gorka works away a lot, and it's something we had from day one in our relationship. And they say when someone's away from you, it's either out of sight, out of mind, or it's either absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I think for the first time, and definitely in my life anyway, it was absence makes the heart grow fonder. And I think we've worked so well because we're both very respectful of each other's careers, very supportive of each other's careers. There's no kind of jealousy or insecurity. So it's kind of, not necessarily they're the one because, oh my God, sparks fly. You know they're the one because you're compatible in the most mundane ways, where it works when you're out the country. It works if I'm off in London. Everything's just still runs. There's no stress or drama.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. And I also feel like we are both very independent in our own ways, but we are very like, sometimes the relationship you have with someone because you need to, or I think for us, we have self-independent of each other, but we also are together because we want to be together,
It kind of adds something.
Yeah. Like, for example, I remember one of the things that you said to me in the beginning, it was like, if you don't want to be with me, you don't have to. I don't need you. I'm self-independent. You know what I mean? I'm with you because I want to be with you. So if one day you feel like you don't want to be with me, it's all fine. Yeah. So that was one thing that I was like, oh, okay. Because, sometimes you get relationships that you're like, oh, I have to be because, or you have to be with that person because you don't know how to say, or you upset, worried to upsetting the other person, or what you have or what you don't have.
Which you do when you're younger.
Yeah. But like, even I remember, like, when we were not long together, you asked me, you said to me, what is your plans for the future? You said your future having a family or not? Because you were like, I'm like 6 years older than you. So as much as I love you, if in the future you don't want to have kids, or you don't see yourself seeing a family, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? With some people, don't even say that. Just go with it. And then when the moment arrives, they were like, oh, no, okay, bye.
Yeah, but I had to, like you say, I had to plan because I am 6 years older.
No, I know.
And I didn't, I've wasted loads of time in relationships where I thought, Christ, I should have got out of that years ago. And I thought, I don't know if it's like a reset when you're 30, but I just thought from now on, any person I date, if it's not going anywhere, I think it's the fact of if it doesn't add anything to your life, I just didn't want to waste my time. And it's the same for you. You can be seeing someone and it's like, yeah, it's fun, it's all right, it's whatever. But because you're good on your own, if it doesn't add something better, a better quality, then for me there was no point.
I even like, for example, like how long we've been together now? 8 years, almost 9.
8 years, nearly 9 years.
So for example, like me, I know it might sound like a cliche, and you think I'm always moaning and I'm always like blah blah, because I am like a grumpy person. Like, how you call me? You call me
Victor Meldrew.
Victor Meldrew.
He is like Victor Meldrew.
And I get that, but at the same time, in 9 years, there's no time that I look at you, or even when someone asks me about you, and I'm talking about you, and then after, sometimes when you're having a conversation and you go like, "Not my neck," and you just realize and you think about it. Like, there is no days that I'm not amazed of like the things that you do. Like, people ask me, I was in Spain now, I was talking with my friends. Oh, so what is Gemma doing? And the question is like, what is she not doing? She's doing this, she's doing that, she's doing this new thing, then that. Like, I'm amazed of how like successful you are in every way, and how much you work, and how much you all the things that you do. And also, like, I go away and the kids still being fed, dressed, changed. Yes, I might come home and I go, oh, Gemma, you leave everything everywhere. But still, our house with the 2 children, a dog, and all the businesses and all the things that you do is still running. So amaze me, you know what I mean? And also how normal you still are. Like, sometimes you are too normal. That I go, Gemma, you shouldn't be like that. But it's also good for me because I'm the opposite. Sometimes I'm like going like,
You need to check yourself.
and you are the one who go like, calm down, you know. You just a bloody dancer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, I sometimes say to him, listen, it's not open heart surgery. You're not saving a life. Do you ever wish you'd been paired together in Strictly from the start? No. Absolutely not. And
we did a Christmas dance and it was enough.
We did a Christmas special and nearly
after a C-section, it was enough.
And that's not, that was just because you training me wasn't good. You were telling me what to do, obviously, because that was your job.
And she doesn't like me to be told by me.
And I kept saying, do not tell me to do 5, 6, 7, 8 when I want to do just 6 and 7.
But do you know the thing?
Can we slow it down?
I was being very correct. Like, Gemma, this is wrong. You do like this. You're like, do not talk to me like this. And I'm like, who do you think you are? I'm like, your teacher? I'm not your partner right now. I'm your teacher. It's like...
Will you ever get married? You could still use your maiden name. We will get married. We wanted to get married ages ago, didn't we? Yeah. Then Mia came along, bless her, and we said, we'll do it when Mia's old enough. She can be involved. We can get a little floral dress. And then Tiago came along. And I just don't want to have a wedding whereby we've got a 2-year-old climbing up us, because he'll want to be with me. He's a proper mummy's boy, isn't he? He want me to hold him and all this. We've seen venues in Spain. We spoke about doing it at a town hall in Manchester, which is lovely. We
also spoke like, let's just go inside the document and let's go home.
Yeah, but I don't want a big fuss. I've never, ever wanted a big white wedding, ever. It's never been on my radar. So we've said the 2 of us can just go, get it done. Get it done. And then just have a little party after for everyone. That's what my sister did.
But also, we are quite lazy in that way because we are comfortable like this. Do you know? It has to be like now or not. Do you know, like, let's do it now. No, you have to do...
Yeah. But and away, you're away, away a lot as well. You know, it's my sister, they did it at Bury Town Hall, her and my brother-in-law, Rob. This was like 26 years ago. And then we all went for an Italian because Rob's from Italy. And it was brilliant.
I just found it very funny. 2 of my very best friends, they go engaged while after us. One of them are married already, and the other one got engaged last year and is getting married next year.
That's what they do. People do. There's people who are against a long engagement for some reason.
But you know what? It also puts me off because for Arduino, my friend, he's a dancer. And every time that I speak to him, I was like, what are you doing? Like, I've been working. I was like, oh, you've been working on the show? He's like, no, in the wedding. You see, every day he's working on the wedding, like 2 hours in meeting, wedding planning, venues, and I was like, you're just putting me off with the wedding, honestly.
I know, it's a lot of faff.
Like, I always, when people ask me, why you not get married, I go, listen, I have 2 children. It's more responsibility than I'm getting married, you know?
No, we should just do it. So get the document signed and then go to them when we've done it.
Go to the pub, no?
Yeah. It's done. Yeah. Who sleeps on each side of the bed? So as you're looking at us, say this is our bed.
That's my side.
We've got the TV here. Gorka's on this side. I'm on that side because I sleep on my left, so I have my back to him.
I sleep on my right.
And he sleeps on his right. So we look
with my laptop there.
We go, night, kiss, both turn the other way. Benji sleeps between us. Sometimes he'll sleep snuggling on my belly.
Sometimes it's me and Tiago and Benji.
Yeah, so Benji sometimes likes to sleep. Do you know, like otters carry the baby on the belly? He sometimes sleep like that with
Sometimes licks my face.
Who's more competitive? That's you, 100%.
It's the dancing in me.
Very competitive. I'm not really fussed. I don't really get
competitive.
Funny enough,
this is a story for you. So in Mia's school, she gets some like dojo points, no, from doing things and stuff like that. Yeah. So this morning she was having breakfast and we were like tidying up and sorting morning things out. And the first thing she said after saying good morning, she was like, I'm wondering how many dojos I'm going to get today. Hopefully the Eagles win this week.
Yeah, she's obsessed with it, isn't she?
And Gemma said like, but it doesn't matter if you does. Like, no, but we need to win. And she went from there.
It's just the taking part as well. You don't always have to win.
And she went underneath. She was like, oh, she's obsessed with winning. And I said, and I answered like, good. She needs to always win. Always
No,
win.
because I'm always saying to her, even if you don't win, it's fine. She ain't going to win at life all day, every day.
No, but that's what I think.
She needs to accept disappointment and accept rejection.
Correct.
And be able to be okay with that.
But you need to be going, I'm going to win. I want to win. Your mentality should
But then
be,
if you don't win out, it's too much of a fall.
No, you need to go.
The more you put on it, the higher the
you
more
need
the
to
fall.
visualize that you want to win. You need to visualize win the winner, but also you have to be teach and learn that you know always win. And if you lose, you need to be a good loser. And taking part is also as important. But you need, when you go with the mentality and you're unconscious, like I'm not gonna win. Yes,
I'm not gonna win.
You're not gonna win.
I'll try my best, and
You're
if it
not gonna
doesn't
win.
go for me, that's fine. When I used to audition, when I was acting, I used to approach every single audition where I'd think, I'm going to try my damned hardest to get this job, but if I don't get it, it don't matter.
Yes.
I'm not going to
you got the no
cry.
already, so just go to win it.
I'm not going to cry or get disappointed or stomp or sulk.
No.
And that's what I don't want them. I don't want our kids to be those type of kids. So if they don't get
I
their
didn't
own
win.
and if they don't get
No.
their own way, they kick off.
No.
Absolutely not. It wasn't
No.
for you. It's someone else has got it. Be happy for them. Move on.
Yeah, but you also need to be
Rev her up more.
competitive within yourself, not with the others.
Who's the strictest? That's you. Definitely.
You can tell.
I'm quite laid back in parenting and life.
Put your feet down.
I'm like a baby llama, but I just don't want the drama.
I'm very I think it's also, again, the dancing. Dancers tend to be very disciplined, and we've been very sometimes too much.
What does the other one do that gives you the ick?
What does that mean? The ick?
The ick makes you go, oof. Sometimes in the morning, if you're ill, you grolch. Yeah, you go.
Yeah, but you have to get rid of that.
See, it makes me feel sick. You do that sometimes.
It's Spanish in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like that. But other than that.
Bite your nails.
Oh yeah, I bite my nails and he hates it.
Hate it.
I bite my nails because you stress me.
And you know what I hate sometimes? This is gross. I don't know if you're allowed to say this. Sometimes, not even that, she picks
The skin around them.
Yes, but it's not there. She will, for example, sometimes she wants to watch this series that I don't want to watch. So I want to go bed. And she stays downstairs. And then the next morning, I come down, earlier, and she's been in the sofa sad. You know when you have your feet there?
Pick my feet.
And she feed the skin of the feet and leave it on the sofa. So I found it disgusting.
I don't leave it on the sofa. I do this.
No, you don't.
And not all of it flicks off.
No, you don't, because if I come the next morning and I see it,
leave it.
But you know what's annoying?
And we're talking the tiniest little sawdust.
No, it's disgusting.
Like tinier than sawdust.
It's disgusting.
We're not talking about
Man, woman who you think's all about this Gemma, she does that and it's awful. And then I come down and I was like, Gemma, have you been picking your feet? She said, no, I haven't. And I'm like, what is this? I don't know.
I'll say, I don't know. I've been watching too much Ed Gein. It's skin.
Gross.
Do you have any nicknames for certain foods? I don't think we do we?
No.
Any nicknames? I don't think you can have nicknames for food. I say scran. Do you want some scran?
What's scran?
If you wanted some scran,
like
something to eat.
No, I'd never heard you saying that.
Oh, my dad used to say, I'm so hungry I could eat a gangrene leg. That's what my dad used to say.
What is that?
Like a leg that was rotten because he was so hungry.
Ugh, like a Spanish ham then?
Yeah. Yeah, and on that Spanish ham, coming up, because it's nearly Christmas, I know very soon I'll walk downstairs in our kitchen, bearing in mind I haven't eaten red meat in over 20 years. I will walk downstairs and on our kitchen unit there will be a pig's foot, a full leg. It'll have the hoof on, it'll have hair on it. And every now and again he'll walk past and hack a piece off to eat. Because it happens every Christmas. Last year it got moved. I moved it into the utility room last year because I couldn't bear it. It's literally a full pig leg on the table. But my Uncle Clive's vegan. Uncle Clive come round, didn't he? Yeah. And he went, what's that? I was like, it's a pig's leg.
The rest of the family obsessed with it.
Oh.
Our children obsessed with it.
Not me.
There's nothing better for you than a good Iberico ham sliced with a knife.
Do you know pigs are as intelligent as dogs?
Yes.
If you had a pet pig, it'd be like a pet Benji.
And tasty, incredible. Iberico ham, madurated like in a 48 months. Ooh, only eat chestnuts. And you just slide it with a knife, very thin, on a warm plate with a Salvador bread with olive oil and salt.
No, you do that. I'm there with my little...
Are you all with me or no?
I've got my little... I have a little mushroom nut roast.
You have
Christmas.
Your mushrooms? I have my ham.
Mushroom nut roast for me.
Does Gorka speak Spanish to the children? Yes,
but not enough.
Not enough. But I also, because I spend a lot of time away, and I'm the only one who speaks Spanish.
Mia does do very well with it, though.
She loves it.
Mia loves doing Spanish lessons. He does
And writing and everything.
He does loads of Spanish writing with her, and she speaks to your mum and dad a lot, and they don't speak English. So she can say, what does she say? She goes in Spanish. She says, "Hola, mi llamo Mia. Tengo 5 años.
Yes.
Vivo en Manchester."
Yeah.
She always says stuff like that, doesn't she?
Yeah, and yesterday we were like writing, for example, how do you say brother, sister in Spanish, how you say mom, dad. So she knows a lot.
Tiago
and
says
also,
hola and adios.
If I whisper everything, like, for example, if he speaks with my mom and dad and I whisper to her ear the full sentence,
100%.
she can repeat the full sentence, no problem. Like, it's amazing. So she has the ear. It's just the practice.
The repetition, and when you're away for long periods, it slips. But then when you're home, she's on it again.
Because even with me, we play Spanish music or Disney cartoons or cartoons in Spanish.
Spanish news is on every morning.
Yeah.
We have a Spanish
It's just
news.
more there when I'm not there.
How do you manage the language barrier in the relationship?
It's lost in translation.
Yeah, it's not really so much the language. I mean, your English is fantastic.
It's your Spanish that is
My
not.
Spanish is shocking. That's the next question. How's Gemma's Spanish going? I had about 7 lessons, didn't I, with a brilliant teacher.
And it was enough because I don't want her to understand.
And I got really good. And then we had Tiago, so I had to stop the lessons. And he actually genuinely said to me, "I don't want you to speak Spanish because you'll understand all my convos."
Yeah.
Proper snide, that.
And I just want to slack it off with my friends, you know?
Does Gorka get tired of speaking English all the time? When we go to Spain, yeah. Because you have to translate for me when we go and see your parents.
Yeah, the only time that I feel like a bit stressed is that's why sometimes ask me, why we don't go to see your parents? And the reason behind is that because it's very stressing. It's very stressful.
Stressful, yeah.
Because I'm there within one day, I'm going Spanish, English, Spanish, English, and I don't know where to speak Spanish, where to speak English. And the thing is that it's not even for her. But when she goes, one day she was like, I just go on my own to the supermarket, to the coffee shop. I go, Gemma, you won't be able to because I know for a fact none of the people working there will speak English.
If we're in Madrid, they do, don't they? But when we go to his parents, it's Bilbao, it's a lot quieter.
Depends if it's young people, but even sometimes young people won't speak. And she went to order, and she was like, Gorka, can you come here? I can order. So basically, I'm like 24/7, cannot leave her alone.
Well, you can. I get by. And if I have to draw the object I'm speaking about,
I know, but it's very difficult, not just for you in general. For everything, so I have to go everywhere. So by the end of like 3 days, my head is about to explode.
And his mum's Portuguese.
Yeah.
You've got Portuguese, Spanish and English to remember.
It was one day we were in Madrid. My mum said, you guys go for a walk, leave them with us. And you were like, are you sure? How are they going to understand each other? We left, we went for a walk, have some lunch together, came back,
Mia
3
loved
hours.
it.
They had the best time.
Yeah,
They didn't
I was
understand each other.
panicking that Mia wouldn't understand what your mum and they wouldn't. If Mia wanted something or needed something, they wouldn't understand.
They
her.
were dancing, they
But
were
they
playing.
Did. They got by.
So it was good.
Would you ever move to Spain? You've said you wouldn't go back there full time, would you?
No.
We've looked at getting a place there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, not Spain. We were looking at Mallorca, weren't we?
I'm happy. I don't know. A lot of people ask me. I could live in Madrid, but again, it's just a very different lifestyle. Like the rhythm of life is different, very slow. I feel like Spain is slower. It's a beautiful weather and the food is amazing, but I don't know. Even when I go there now for the weekend, it's perfect. But probably if I have to live there for a week, the way that everything runs with the siestas, closing the shops in the afternoon, the weekends, everything is shut. Sometimes
that's why they're less stressed, though. That's why your mum and dad look like they do. His dad sends me a video every morning. Before work, they'll go and walk at the local beach. They'll have a little coffee outside. And that's why I think they're a lot healthier over there.
Yes, but
there's no rush, whereas here there is.
We live with rush. We live with like go. So for the holidays, yes. Like even when I was young and I was living there, at the weekends it was one thing that used to annoy me. The fact that you can't do anything. You don't have the freedom. You're just being restricted.
Because everything's closed.
Yes, you don't have a choice. So then you're like, yeah, but I need to do this. And like when you imagine living there like us, our life there with our jobs and everything, sometimes at the weekend is when you only can do things.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to because it's shut. So you're like, oh.
Someone said, how do you like living in Manchester?
I love it. It's the best city.
You do like where we live now. We live like kind of out in the countryside.
Yeah,
don't
no,
we now?
I love Manchester. Not the weather much. The weather annoys me, but that's the UK in general. It's just nothing we can do about it, isn't it? I will, if you give me Manchester or the UK with the proper spring and the summer.
We've had a good summer this year. We had a great run.
2 weeks.
Nah, it was good. And we had that. We had the Indian summer. We had a nice blast in September.
If you tell me that you have from June to mid-August, just June to mid-August, 2-3 days of raining, this will be amazing.
But it's just the weather.
The problem is from the mid-August to June, it's raining. And then in the summer, it's raining.
It doesn't rain that much.
Can we do a poll on Instagram, please, about this? If it rains in the UK a lot or not?
Would you ever do a ballroom dance competition again?
Me?
Like yeah.
Or you?
Not me. Crikey.
No, I don't think so.
The pictures,
I won't be able to compete anymore.
The pictures of him in his when he was competing in the championships are so cute because he was so young.
With the slick hair
His
and everything.
slicked hair back.
Yeah. No,
So-
I don't think I will be able to compete now.
Really? What? As in you won't be good enough?
I would be good enough.
So why
but
would
just doesn't appeal me.
the drive isn't there?
Yeah. Like for example, you remember last week I was supposed to go to London to watch the competition, the international, you know? And all the guys from Strictly, we all said the same, like we all go watch it, no? Because obviously we have friends and it's nice to go watch, you know, and see everything. You go there and it's amazing how they dance, like the technique and everything are incredible. But we are in a different stage there, you know, like, because our jobs is more like tell stories or like performing in like a different
you
way.
Choreograph for your partners.
Yes, you go there and you go like, it's amazing what they do, but doesn't make you feel anything. They're like robots. It's like they all look the same, so precise, so technical, but there is nothing about.
Yeah, it's not like a Remembrance Sunday dance.
Yes.
I know
Do
what
you
you
know
mean. Yeah.
So I feel like now I won't be able to do because I won't compete for like try to be technical. I want to just feel, you know, and make people feel when they watch you dance. That's why we do on the shows.
What do you both want to do when you retire?
Living in Spain by the beach.
You just said you won't go back to Spain.
Now.
Oh, no.
I said for holidays,
So
yes.
you say live in Spain on the beach. I would like to have a house with lots of land
And farms.
and
Dogs. And
get
horses.
loads of rescue cows and pigs that you wouldn't be allowed to hack and eat at Christmas. I would have chickens, some little micro pigs, maybe a mule, maybe 3 dogs. That's what I would love.
Who were your celebrity crushes when you were younger?
Oh, I used to like, you won't know him. There was a wrestler called Bret the Hitman Hart. Him. There was also a wrestler called Shawn Michaels, who I used to like. Yours now is Eva Mendes, isn't it?
Now?
Is that who you fancy now?
No.
Who do you fancy now?
When I was growing up.
Margot Robbie. You
No,
fancy?
now.
No.
I think she's pretty, but
I know this is the thing that annoys me about Gorka, because like if I say to like my celebrity crush, there's loads of people like celebs who I think, oh, he's.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed Gein, Charlie Hunnam.
No.
Not now, yeah. Charlie Hunnam, Tom Hardy. I ask him, he goes, I don't know. There's got to be some women who you look at and go, blooming heck. There has to be.
Eva Mendes.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but not now. That was when I was growing up. I have the Eva Mendes in the Hitch movie.
Right. So she was your celebrity crush?
I think Margot Robbie is very beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, very beautiful.
Yeah, she is. She's stunning.
And I like her in the movie with...
Leo.
Well, the Wolf of Wall Street. Yes, but that is a different era. I like her in the movie because she's like an old era. I like her in the movie with Will Smith. The one that they steal people.
Focus.
Yes. Focus movie. I think in that movie she looks very good.
I've not seen that one.
I feel Margot Robbie now is like the Cameron Diaz on The Mask.
Yes.
That's her
Yeah.
now.
Cameron Diaz was beautiful. She is beautiful. And mine as well still is, because you know, growing up, Sly. Sylvester
Stallone, yeah.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone in Rambo.
You will
Rocky.
have That's good. She lives for another more years.
I know.
But the day that you get the notification of Stallone passed away,
I know.
you will be devastated.
Oh, I love him. I genuinely
You
love
will
him.
fly to America to the funeral.
I'll do the steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got. I've got pictures of him in the loft.
I
Canvases.
bet.
He won't let me put them up. I've got so many Rocky pictures.
This
and
is
he
a
won't
big
let me put 'em
statement,
up.
you know, and I thought it would never happen, you know. But you will be more upset the day the Stallone dies than the day I die.
No, I just love his story, his background. I think he's brilliant.
Everything. You just love everything.
I think he's wonderful.
The amount of times that you said to me, have you watched Rambo, First Blood? Have you watched Rocky 4?
You won't watch them
at
with
least
me.
once a month you tell me to watch it. Even if I watch it already.
And I met him at the last Rambo premiere in London, and he was so lovely. And he's got massive hands. I shook his hand and his hand was massive.
How about Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah, JCVD. I've met Van Damme as well.
Another one, you see.
I had my friend directed a movie that Van Damme was in, and they were shooting in the UK. He was like, mate, I know you're obsessed with him. Do you want to come and meet him? I went in Van Damme's trailer with him and his few assistants, and we had a little coffee
Oh, nice.
with Van Damme. And I took a picture.
Is as tall as me?
That I wanted him to sign. I took a picture. I was like, excuse me. And he kept talking. I was like, can I? And then in the end, I thought, no, it don't matter. I didn't ask him. I was too embarrassed. I had a picture of him.
You should have. Oh, this one is funny.
What are the meanings behind Gorka's tattoos? And do you have any tats, Gemma?
I don't know. Some of them they have meaning, some of them no.
You got a lot. You mean your back is covered,
Yeah.
isn't it? From the top of your neck to your arsehole is practically covered.
No, the beginning of my bum cheeks.
Yeah, you got a Buddha, you got a lion.
Yeah. Lotus flowers.
You're on about getting in some of the kids, aren't you? Not the
No,
pictures.
I wanted to have the name and the heartbeat, yeah.
Why did you get so many?
I like them, I don't know, I like them.
I'm just looking at them all now. I've genuinely never really looked at your tattoos. Why have you got a number 3? What
Lucky
does that mean?
number.
What's the love art?
It's the heart finger, and this is infinity.
That's infinity.
Yeah.
I've genuinely never sat and looked at what... If someone
Good.
said what tattoos are on Gorka's arm,
He's distracted for other things. Good.
I don't know. I don't know what's on your arm.
I thought you were going to say, I don't know what's on your arse. I have
had
angels, I have a mermaid.
cherubs, little cherubs you have.
Yeah.
I had 3 tattoos, but
2 removed.
2 have been removed, so I've only got 1 now. I've got one on the little... I've got a mirror, which is like Arabic writing for princess on the back of my neck. I used to have one on my lower back and one on my tummy. But I got them done in Magaluf outside BCM. So they got removed. And let me tell you, laser removal for a tattoo is 20,000 times worse than an actual tattoo. So if anyone's thinking of getting a tattoo, think carefully because you do not want the removal. It wrecks.
That's why I got my full back covered because I didn't want to remove what I had before. But before we say goodbye...
I've got one more question for you.
Yes, I have one for you, you one for me, yeah? Last questions before we say goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah? You go first.
Does Gorka know he has a fan page dedicated to his ass?
Yes,
he runs it. Imagine.
Imagine, no. Yeah.
Oh my
I do
gosh.
know it because I got tagged in few posts and pictures, but yeah.
I didn't know this.
I think it's on Twitter. It's called Gorka's Arse. Yeah, I can show you. And it's just pictures of my arse.
Was it
everywhere.
from the leather pants? Because you wore leather
It's
pants
from
once,
everything,
didn't you?
yeah. I think it's called Gorka's Arse, isn't it?
I'm not on Twitter.
Gorka's.
I got rid of Twitter quite a while ago because it was just every time I opened it was so negative. So I deleted my account. I had a Twitter cleanse and it felt amazing.
Yeah, look.
Let me see. Oh my, what's that picture from? That is your ass.
Yeah.
Let me see.
There's a picture that is on the tour of Speakeasy.
Oh,
It's the full picture. That was on a quick change and I did that.
Hey, you want to start cashing in for that?
I do know about that, yeah, I've been told. And I feel like when on the street they always put me in a tight trousers for that reason.
Because you got a peach.
Yeah, I have a big bum, yeah. Last one for you. What will be your death row last 3-course meal?
Oh, well, my starter would be burrata with fresh tomatoes and loads of olive oil and black pepper. I'd love that. My main course would be a margarita pizza with some mushrooms, maybe a bit of mac and cheese on the side. And my dessert would be a New York cheesecake.
All very Italian.
I know. Giovanni? Look at his face. It is very Italian.
Nice.
I don't know. What would yours be?
A nice plate.
Let me guess. Octopus.
No.
The beef stuff.
No. Can I just say it?
Yeah, go on.
A very good ham.
Oh, that's what I meant. The beef stuff.
With
the little slice bits.
A nice plate of a very good ham with
Yeah.
padron peppers as
Yeah.
a starter.
Yeah.
Then a nice Galician on the bone steak
Yeah.
with sea salt.
Yeah.
And then to finish, probably a full cheesecake.
New York cheese. We like New York
Like
cheesecake.
the cold one, not the baked one, yeah.
Thank you very much for them questions. Hopefully they know a bit more
About us.
a bit more about us now.
Keep sending them because this is fun.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
You can email us at lostintranslation@bowermedia.co.uk. Our social media is @lost.in.podcast. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, tell your mates, review what you're laughing at, because I shouted Gio.
No, I'm laughing at
As
you.
if he's still fuming, as if we're going to leave this room and go, thanks for that, when we leave this room.
You always choose Italian food.
I love Italian food.
Yeah.
That's the only thing when we go out, literally I'll say, please, can it be Italian? It's just good. It's carbs, it's cheese, it's tomato.
It's cheap.
It's all... On that note, adios.